Hi guys, Kiera here, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've been gone for a while. If you can't tell, my background looks a little different. That's because I just moved, and I want to do a room tour, but I'm not sure because the last time I tried to do a room tour of my old apartment, it looked a hot mess, and no, it was just no. But speaking of old apartments, I want to tell you guys about my last roommate or roommates and what I went through with that. So if you want to have a story time and hear about my roommates and how that went, keep on watching. So for all who are new to my channel, or for all who forgot, I went to a technical college, and it was really nice. You know, I liked some of the people there. It was just, it's just a great atmosphere. But unfortunately, I've changed plans, and so now I've moved, and I will be studying communications and social media, or communications and public speaking here in Austin. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about this move. It's a totally different, new thing, new journey, and I'm so excited to head out on this journey and different things like that. So with that being said, let's get into what happened in Waco and kind of why I left. So being in Waco, I have so many amazing memories, so many amazing people that I met, and so many wonderful opportunities that I have gotten. Well, not really. I don't think I had many opportunities at all. To go to school, that was a very good opportunity. Actually, if I would have gone on and finished the culinary arts, then maybe, would have been, something would have happened beyond. But there was nothing too big in that moment of me being there. But while I was there, while I made friends, I also made enemies, or frenemies, because we were friends at one point. I think that's what you call it if you're not friends. I don't know. But I did, and I really, really liked this person. But a lot of the time, they were always talking about people, and they were always, wanting to bring people down and not admit faults that they had. And I just thought that was so uncool. And I just thought that was just so like why are you judging somebody? You're not perfect. You have scars and you have faults, and you have things to be blamed for too, and so, but that person didn't see that they had done anything wrong. It seemed like, for example, one time our friend at the time was going through something, a situation was happening with her kids, and her, all this stuff was happening, and instead of this person, my roommate, we'll call her Apple, instead of Apple being there for this person when all this stuff was harming our other friend, she was like, well, it's your fault, and who cares, and da-da-da-da-da. And it was like, man, this is like a serious moment. Can you guys put aside whatever issues or whatever problems they're having? That way you can really be there for her. If you're truly her friend, whatever is going on with y'all should cease until you know that your friend is going to be okay, and then you guys talk it out. I'm always big about talking it out. Sometimes more than others, but talk about it, because how are you? That's what friends are for. Situations like just in general should be so little, and then you should be able to go and talk to your friend because they're your friend, and because you really genuinely care about your relationship with them. But it just didn't seem that way, and it was, losing your kids is a serious thing, or getting them taken away, or having somebody interfere with your relationship between your kids is a serious thing. And she didn't see that it was a serious thing. She was siding with someone else who was being unfriendly and unkind, who was supposed to be her friend, and who they called their best friend. And it was just like, you're really not being a best friend or a good friend or just a good person. People don't do that. You put aside your differences if your friend is in trouble, or so I thought. So okay, you have Apple, who was my roommate. Then you have her friend who was having the baby troubles, and her name is Ripple. And then you got Ripple's roommate, Pickle. Let's just go with that. Apple, Ripple, and Pickle. Well, when Apple was picking on Ripple, Pickle was also picking on Ripple, which Ripple is Pickle's roommate. Gosh. I know this is very confusing. Just stay with me. I get it. Okay. So when Apple and Ripple no longer were Pickle's friend, there you go. When Apple and Ripple were no longer Pickle's friend, Pickle was doing some childish stuff and all this extra stuff. Well, Apple, who eventually was mad at Ripple came and told Apple stuff. So then, Apple's trying to unite with Ripple, and they doing too much together. And then you got Pickle over here being messy and doing extra stuff. So now they're ganging up on Pickle, Apple and Ripple. And then, you got Apple talking about, oh, this fat bee, da, 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 like she's just going off, like calling her fat and stuff. And then you got little old me over here like, man, that's really wrong, because y'all shouldn't be talking bad about Pickle, because although Pickle can do too much, Pickle's really been there for you guys, and she's done a lot for you, and she's driven you places whenever you needed a ride. But okay, that's not none of my business. But Pickle and I had kind of gotten into it, but then before Christmas, Kiera said all she needed to say and was done with it. I said, I'm not going to disrespect her. I'm not going to talk poorly about her. I said, to me, she is irrelevant. She and I have nothing in common. We have nothing that's going to make us connect with each other, because she doesn't pay my college tuition. She doesn't pay my rent. She pays nothing. So she's not indebted to me, and I'm not, indebted to her. So she's irrelevant to me, and I hope she's well, and I'm praying for her and all that good stuff. But we cut ties. I have nothing to do with her anymore. That's it. If she says hi, then I'll say hi. But other than extra friends and stuff, like, I can't do that. I'm done with that situation. But then you got Ripple and Pickle, or Ripple and Apple. It's like too much. Ripple and Apple talking about her, calling her fat, and then I'm just like, but why though? Like, why? I said, just let her be irrelevant. Why are you letting somebody get under your skin? That's not even important. Like let her be. Let her do her own thing. Why you? And then I really hate one of my biggest pet peeves is body shaming people. Like, don't body shame, especially if you're not like where you feel like you want to be, or you're not like a size 2 or something. Like, don't body shame anybody, whether you're a size 2 or not. Like, body shaming, that's not going to get us anywhere, especially if you're female. Like, body shaming is never going to get us anywhere. And so I really hate when people body shame other people and women, because we should all be looking at each other. But anyway, that's a topic for another story. So then after they keep going on and on about this is like some difficult type stuff to remember. I got this on a sticky note. Okay, when Pickle, like, it was like they like to stir up stuff with Pickle. Like, we had this yak. We have this app called Yik Yak, and it's like primarily for college students, and like you can go on there and you can talk mess, and it's anonymous. And so Pickle would go on there talking about fighting Apple and Ripple, but Ripple, and they would do the same thing. So then they would write something on there like, oh, come beat up this fat girl, and they'd give her apartment number, and which I don't ever know why, because Ripple stayed there too, so she's stupid because she did that, and I don't know why, but whatever. And so Apple would post that, so like post her stuff, and then they're really just like really hateful. Well then, so one time, like, it like got, Apple called the cops on, or no, Pickle called the cops on Apple, but that was only because when we came over to her house, okay, this is when I told her my piece, and like I went off, and I was like, I think I've been upset all day about something, and so it just so happened that I took it out on her. I'm really, really sorry. I really am. Forgive me, God. But so she I was one that came to her door and was like super like loud, and I was going in, and I was like wow, like it was like Kiera 2.0, no lie. And then so she's on the phone with her mom. I gotta eat comfort. Like, she's on the phone with her mom, right? No, she's on the phone with her mom, and her mom, I guess, tells her to call the cops. So that's what she does. Well, then I don't even know where. I literally think I went back to my house and I was taking a shower, and then all I hear is Apple's going to jail, and I was like, what? Oh my gosh! Like at this time, like I'm still friends with Apple, you know, because whatever. Like I thought we were cool. So I was like, what? So I'm trying to hurry up and get out of the shower, falling and stuff. You know, trying to like hurry up and drive all this stuff to, like, so I can go see what is going on. Because I'm like, do I need to call her mom? Do I need to get Mama Apple on the phone? Because this, like, some real stuff is about to go down. So all of us are outside, like, trying to figure out what is going on with Apple. Like, oh my goodness, Apple about to go to jail. Like, and Apple's like, man, I don't know, like roar. Like, it was just extreme. Like, I was like, it was on another level. Like, I almost thought I was gonna go to jail. I mean, but I guess she never told them, like, that I did. Like, it's just a long story in itself. But I guess it was crazy. Well, Apple ended up not going to jail, and it was all good. I had already friended her mom on Facebook, so, you know, hey, Apple Mama Apple, or whatever. Well, then, you know, that all died down or whatever, and then they, you know, became enemies. They became enemies. So I think I got a little away there. So now, you know, back to us or whatever. Well, time passes, whatever. Well, then I hear, like, them talking about me. Like, they're not respectful enough. They don't respect me enough to go behind my back and talk about me. They'll, like, I feel like it's respectful. If I get a phone call or something, like, I'm gonna walk away from the group because A, I don't need nobody listening to my conversation, and B, I think it's respectful. Like, nobody wants to hear your conversation. Like, so I stepped away. Well, then out of one ear, I can hear them talking. I don't know, she kept me up all night. Like, she's so rude. Like, I don't know why she was. Like, let me call you back because I couldn't clearly hear them talking about me. So I hang up and I'm like doing my own thing. And the whole time they always talked about me, and I knew about it, but I never said anything. Like, I was always quiet, and I never say anything. I would let it go. And you know, at this time, you know, I remember hearing them talking, and the first time I remember, you know, I invited Ripple over, and I said, you know, hey, Apple's at home if you want to go and chill. You know, I'm about to go over there if you want to come over there and do your homework, you know. But at the same time, like, so I was on the phone with my best friend, and I was talking to her. Well, no, she called me, so I went in my room to talk to her. Well, then I hear Apple and Ripple outside talking about, I don't know why she went in her room. She told me to come over here. She asked me, she invited me over here. And then you got Apple saying, well, man, I didn't even know she didn't even tell me you were coming over here. Like, do I need to tell you when people are coming over to the house? Like, it wasn't like you were doing anything important anyway, so it really didn't matter. And then, you know, I hear them, and I'm talking to my friend, and I'm like, you know, Bubblegum, I can hear them outside talking about me. And then, you know, my friend Bubblegum's like, well, you need to say something, or just don't bother about it. Because at this point, I'm looking for a new apartment, because I'm like, I just don't like this here. You know, she's not a good roommate. They're very disrespectful. I just can't deal with this anymore. Like, I don't want to be here. But at this point, like, I haven't found a place yet. Like, I'm looking for a place. And so I'm, you know, on my iPad searching or whatever. And so I hadn't, you know, like I said, fully found a place yet. And, you know, so my friend Bubblegum is just like, you know, trying to keep me high spirits. Like, it's going to be okay. You know, you're going to find a place. And you're going to get away from all that extraness because they're just too much. And I know you're unhappy there. And yada, yada, yada. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I get off the phone with her and I go back in and I'm like trying to, you know, socialize and be whatever. And I'm like, why can't you just tell me if there's a problem? And they're like, what are you talking about? I was just saying, you know, I came over here for you. I was like, I just had a phone call with my friend. Like, she called me and I don't want to hang up on her. I was like, it would have been just for a second. Well, and then I had to go get something out of the bathroom, and I looked and I said, can I do this? Are you sure you're not going to talk about me? And then Apple goes, nobody's going to talk about you, Kiara. And I was like, okay. Well, then, you know, I kind of was in my own element. Well, then this next time, I was just kind of done. You know, I was about to move. I was trying to get everything situated. Like, I had found the apartment. I was good to go. Well, our dishwasher hadn't been working for a while, or it had been working. Well, when spring break was going on, I had put stuff in the dishwasher all week. and the dishwasher was working. Okay, well then when she gets back, it's not working anymore, of course. Well, then I put like pots of pans, and then I could hear her in my room. I don't know what's in. Like, she's checking the dishwasher to see what I put in there, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, Kiera, you're tired. You've clapped. Like, you just go to bed. It's fine, whatever. Well, it was just so funny because then I could hear them outside, and it's like, okay. Well, then the next morning, I kept it in there, and so I ran the dishwasher. Well, I ran it before I went to class. And so I come back and I look and I'm like taking the dishwasher. The stuff on the dishes is moist and like mushy. And so basically it still has stuff on it. So I'm like, what? So what she did was when I left for class that morning, she got up and she turned off the dishwasher while it was going. So I was like, okay. So I waited for her to like go and do whatever she needed to do. And I turned that sucker back on. And my dishes washed, and even though there was water at the bottom, they were clean. And, my plan was to, call maintenance in to officially, like, have them come fix it. Because, that's not good. So then, I'm in my room or whatever, and I was waiting. Literally, y'all, I've been preparing for this moment. For her to come in and say something about the dishwasher. So then she comes in and she goes, I could hear her because I was waiting for this moment, so I could hear her. So she comes into the kitchen. She goes, "What the f is like? Let's see what's in here, whatever." And then she looks and thinks, she goes, "Oh, that's effing disgusting." So I was done at this point. Like, I'm done. So I get up and I walk out and I said, "What's the problem? What is the problem with the dish?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, you can't come to me and tell me. I said, "But you like to talk about me behind my back." I said, "I don't do that to you." She goes, "Whatever, Kiera. I just need to get to talk." I said, "Okay, whatever. Well, you're childish." And it was literally like I triggered, like childish was the trigger word, because it was like, and I'm not gonna say that I wasn't yelling because my personality is loud. Like I yelled. I know I yelled. But it had to have been after she was yelling at me because, I mean, I'm loud. So if I can't hear myself over somebody else, I'm going to go an octave higher. And so after that, I was like, "Whatever, you're childish." And it was like I triggered something, and then I closed my door. Literally, like, I was so amped up. When I closed my door, that's when I realized my heart was beating fast. So then she's like, "Whatever." Then she's literally calling me. And I never, at this point, I'm literally, legitimately fearing for my life. I'm fearing for my being over this person who could potentially kill me. I wasn't scared of her as her talking down to me. I was scared that she crazy enough to like bam through my door and pick me up by my ears or by my extensions or something and kill me. Like, that's how I was. I never called her. I never cussed her out. I never called her out of her name. I never cussed her out one time. I mean, I don't think calling childish isn't really a word, but whatever. So then she's like going at it. She's cussing me out, calling me all kinds of names. She's like, "If you want to do something, do it then. We can fight." She goes, "I bet you won't come out here and do something." I was like, "I'm not about to come out there and fight you. You're not about to come out there and mess up my very expensive glasses and my somewhat cute face. That's not about to happen. Not today, it ain't anyway. You're not enough for me to fight. Like, you're not worth my time. Me breaking a nail. You're not worth me, messing up my really pretty ring. You're not worth that. You're not worth that." So I stayed in my room, and then of course she's dramatic, and she goes out. She's like screaming at the top of her lungs, and she's going outside, and she's like screaming it like she wanted the whole world to hear about it. And I'm like, okay, this is what we do. So then, for the whole 2 weeks that I'm there, it's from she's not talking to me at all. We're like going our separate ways. And literally I prayed and I said, "God, don't let me hold a grudge against her. I don't want to hold a grudge against her." I said, "God, let her exceed beyond TSTC and whatever they give her. Let her go so far." And I don't have a grudge against her at all. And I think if she would, realize her wrong. I mean, like everybody, everybody has these faults or whatever, and we don't want to see them till we have to see them. And so I really hope that she does well, and that maybe she God fixes her heart. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. Well, then last week I had to go back because I had to get the rest of my stuff, and I had to get the rest of my stuff, and I had a friend who was staying with me, and so just literally while I was there, there was, I would say hi and she wouldn't say hi. I had sent her a text message saying, it was in a group chat, and I said, hey, I just want to let Apple, I just want to let you know that I'm coming for about 3 days because my friend has this conference that she has to go to. And she's like, where are you gonna stay? Or no, what did I do? Oh, I said, so who's gonna buy me food when I come back in 3 weeks, for 3 days? And then Apple comments, and she's like, oh, where are you gonna stay? I said, in my room. She goes, your name's not on the lease. I said, I already talked to who I need to talk to, and everything's taken care of. I'll be staying in my room. And so then she proceeds to send me a screenshot of the leasing agreement. What she didn't know or didn't think about, whatever, was that yes, it had her and my other roommate's name on it, but it had summer. So of course I'm not staying there in the summer. I'm gonna be gone. So yeah, I'm only staying till such and such date. And so then my other friend's like, oh well, I don't want you to have to come all the way down here. You don't have a place to stay. So like trying to check me. And I was like, let me let y'all know something. Well, first my friend commented she liked my road dog. Like I was like, y'all, thanks. And she stepped in and she's like, can you guys stop being jerks to her, please? Like if it comes down to it, you can stay with me, homie. And she'd say, homie, I said that. But I was like, thank you. Like, thank you. So anyway, then I repeated as and then they said sorry, and I was like, let me just let you know something. I know what I'm doing before I do it, in between when I'm doing it, and after I'm doing it. So don't worry about me. When I tell you I have something taken care of, I have it taken care of. Bam! And that was what it was. And everybody was put on hush mouth, and Adrienne told me she was sorry. Kinda, because she was in the wrong, and I had connections to put her in her place. And yeah, so the whole time I was there, she didn't want to talk to me. She was real kind of rude and just like a jerk, and that's okay. I still wish her well, and I hope she passes all of her classes and all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks so much for watching my Storytime / roommate edition, horrible roommate edition, whatever you want to call it, edition. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment and leave me your feedback. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time for part 2, because believe it, when there's a 1 of a bad roommate, there's a 2 of a bad roommate. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Bye.